So maybe you are thinking about coming here to Brazil to work, to open a company, I don't know, whatever, and you are asking yourself about taxation. You have heard that Brazil is one of the highest taxing country in the world. Is that true? In this video I will give you an overview about taxation. Even if you work for a company, or even if you open a business, or if you are autonomous here, how tax work, and it's not complicated to understand, it's very simple. And you can speak by yourself. Is Brazil so high taxation country compared to your country? Maybe you are in a rich country. You can comment here, please comment here. If the tax here works the same way it works in your developed country, let me say like this, if you live in USA or in Europe or Canada, I don't know. I want to debate this with you that is watching this video right now, okay? I want to know how it works in your country too. First of all, I'd like to advise here that Brazil has not deals with, let me say, United States, okay? If you are watching this video living in the United States, Brazil has not big taxation deal, okay? You have to go to a tax lawyer to see this, but as far as I research, Brazil has not a big taxation deal with United States, which means that you can be taxed twice. Let me say, if you open a company in Brazil and send money to the United States, maybe you have to pay twice the taxation, okay? So you have to consult a lawyer specialized in this kind of topic, okay? But if you wanna work here in Brazil and you keep the money here in Brazil, these are the tax you are gonna pay, okay? First of all, if you wanna work for a company here in Brazil, let me say, in other words, get a job, okay? It's very simple. The income taxation goes in a progressive percentage, okay? If you make up until 24,000 reais per year, you don't pay taxes, okay? It's zero. And I'm putting here how many dollars it represents, okay? If you make between 24K and 33K reais per year, you pay 7.5%. Okay? If you make between 33K reais per year and 45K reais per year, you pay 15%. Okay? If you make like between 45% and 55% a year in reais, you pay 22.5%. And if you make up until from 55% reais a year, 55,000 reais a year, you will pay the maximum percentage, that is 27.5% a year in the income tax, okay? But let me remember you that here in Brazil you don't pay, maybe in your rich developed country you pay a lot more taxes in your income if you are an employee, okay? But in Brazil you pay a lot of tax in the products too, okay? Let me give you an example. In cars, if you wanna buy a car, you pay like 40%, 50% in tax, depending if the car is a luxury car or something like this. That's why cars here in Brazil are so expensive, okay? So you pay this income tax and you pay a lot of tax in the products. That's the problem here in Brazil, that make things be so expensive. Okay, but whatever. Let me say now in the second scenario that you want to work by yourself. How you pay the taxes? It's very simple. You go to the government site and you go to ECAC, okay, that is inside the government site, and pay approximately the same amount in taxation that I mentioned if you work for a company, okay? I will not say one by one because it's very similar, okay? We call this tax here Carnê-Leão. Carnê-Leão is a taxation made for autonomous. But you have by yourself, go to the website and pay the tax. You put how much you received in a month in the site, and the site gives you, let me say, a link to the payment. He calculates the tax and you pay, okay, this tax. Okay, there is a way in Brazil that you don't pay tax if you are autonomous until a certain amount of income. It's the MEI, okay? M-E-I, MEI, okay? It's not for all autonomous, only as specifically groups of autonomous. Let me say you sell like snacks in the street, let me say like this. You cut hair, some categories you have this MEI and you don't pay tax at all up until 50,000 reais per year, something like this. You don't pay tax. It's very good, okay, but it doesn't include all the sectors, okay? In my case, for example, I'm a dentist. It doesn't include dentists, medics, let me say lawyers, okay? That's very sad, okay, because I would like to pay in this kind of MEI, but the government, for obvious reasons, doesn't want. Okay, but that's it. Okay, now to resume the next section, let me say you want to open a business here in Brazil. As I say, if you open a business in Brazil and send to United States, probably you pay twice taxation, okay? Go to a tax lawyer. Again, I'm saying again, go to a tax lawyer. But if you want to open a business here in Brazil, you pay taxes the same as a Brazilian would pay tax. It's the same way. In taxation companies, there are three main categories that you are going to pay taxes, okay? There is this Simples Nacional taxation. There is this section that's lucro presumido. There's the second category, and lucro real. This is the third category. Okay, each category you're going up in the revenue in your company. Okay, for small companies, generally we use Simples Nacional. It's for companies that have a revenue until 4.8 million reais per year, approximately 400k reais per month. Okay, you are in this. It's recommended. Obviously, you can choose with your accountant which is better, but generally for small companies with this kind of revenue, you choose Simples Nacional because in Brazil there is approximately 8 tributes for the companies. Okay, and in Simples Nacional you mix all these tributes in one big tribute. Let me say like this: you pay everything in only one tax. Okay, and the percentage you are gonna pay will depend in the Simples Nacional category. Depends a lot in what service or product your company sells. Okay, there is a lot of variations. Okay, and you have to go and see what category your company is. Let me say, for example, if you sell like education, you pay like 10% in your monthly revenue. Okay, if you are a dentist, you pay like 15%, 20%. Okay, it really varies. Okay, and this payment is monthly payment. Okay, and there is a detail I want you to comment if it works like this in your country. I think this is not right, and I think this prejudices a lot the companies here, that if you are a small company here and you are in the Simples Nacional, you have to pay tax inside your total revenue, not only in the profit, okay? So you can pay like 15% in your total revenue in the month, okay? Even if you are a small company, you got an extremely low income in your company, you have to pay tax. And it's in the total income of your company. I don't know if in rich countries it works like this, but here in Brazil, that's the way it works, okay? And you pay monthly, okay? It's very simple. You must have an accountant if you want to open a business in Brazil. It's kind of, you are obligated to have one, okay? You can do the process by yourself, but it's very complicated. Generally, you have an accountant for do. Even if you are in the Simples Nacional, the third, let me say, category, okay? And that's the advantage. You pay all the tax in one. The second category is lucro presumido, for up to 78 million reais per year, okay? You can go to lucro presumido, that you pay tax only in the profit, okay? But there is a lot of difference in lucro presumido. One of the difference is that you have to pay all the tax separately, the 8 tax that I mentioned, and it will demand a lot more expense accountability. The taxes you pay in your employees will be higher because you pay tax in your employees here too. It will be higher, so you have a lot of more expense, and the percentage in your monthly income will be different. Will be maybe if you pay in the profit, but in the end of the day it will be higher, let me say like this. So you have to check with your accountant because it's a complicated calculation, but it's an advantage depending on your income, okay? For small companies, there's no advantage, let me say like this. You must have a little bit more of a revenue, okay? Now let's go to the third category here, that's lucro real. Lucro real is like you pay tax in your profit too, but it's a lot more complicated than lucro presumido. That's what I can say. Okay, you must have a much bigger accountant team. It's a lot more complicated. Okay, so it's recommended for big companies with over 78 million reais per year of income. Okay, that's it. I give a quick overview. Maybe I don't know if you understand everything, but the objective in this video is just to clarify and give an overview here. Put your comment how taxation works in your country. If really Brazil is so high taxation country in relation to companies, how is the taxation in companies in your country? Okay, let's chat here. Okay, so that's it. Thank you and see you.